You can see the rotations continue. They were at a very strong point last game. You can see with both Black Lolly and meiko rotating to level 1 to the top lane, they still want to stop any potential dive.
Koroi is getting dope here. No, it does flash quite late, but Snake can't quite get the kill. Black Lolly is also coming up. Like you mentioned, meiko's there as well. First blood there onto the Nunu, but Crystal is here. Flandre actually ported up already at level 2, and he got the double buffs.
Now Pawn, he's already activated Ghost. He does not want to flash without vision. He wants to pick up the double buffs himself.
He's getting killed though. That's not good news. Crystal finds the last auto. Ella actually cleans up the kill. The buff transfer not happening again here. I think meiko, yeah, does have the doubles right now, and Snake might dive in again. Flandre tower diving with the Maokai once more, does go down there, but the double buffs now go over to BAKA here, as it's just buff ping pong in the top lane.
It's just insanity coming through with all the aggressive deaths. 5 deaths already in the first 4 minutes. This game, I thought the first game was quick. We're starting off with an even faster, clearing a lot of pressure on the map, and now that koroi rotates to mid, it's going to be the first dragon to EDG, you'd have to think.
Yeah, and we look at a lot of hyper carries, and a lot of teams like to swap their late game carry into a safe lane, in a 1v1 or even a 1v0, freeze the lane and get a lot of farm and get through the early game. But of course, if you do that, especially on the red side, this is what happens.
When he goes for the Destiny against the Lulu. Lulu's got so much wave clear, and Black Lolly, that's awkward.
That's not a good showing for your second competitive game in the LPL. Does unfortunately get executed by the red buff.
They know what's happening.
That's really funny. They didn't even get executed by actually Koroi coming in. Beast pops his ulti there. Ella goes down very low there to deft as Pawn gets the first kill. Beast gonna go down as well, and actually that goes to Black Lolly. Now BAKA getting dove, and that's gonna be a double kill for Pawn. Beautiful first Destiny by Twisted Fate. We can Snake, like you said, just give it away. I
mean, the one thing you can say is that Flandre picks up a lot of creeps doing that, gets closer to his Rod of Ages, and knows he'll have teleport available for the next dragon. That's maybe not a massive point, as Beast takes a nice burst of damage and the teleport's coming through.
Yeah, Flandre's moving in. Koroi's actually coming in as well, so Pawn actually forced to flash away. Flandre go over the top. Crystal, gonna flash after him, and they should be able to lock him down. A good stun card lands in, but Pawn can't get anything else done and does go down. That's a free kill, actually.
Yeah, Pawn was completely separated for his team. They're looking for some exit kills to balance it, and there's the flash Tibbers.
BAKA goes in there. There's the first kill. Deft gets it going in. Now Black Lolly in trouble. Actually, Crystal carting back around there. There's the next kill, but Deft is in the front line going in. He gets exhausted as he moves in on top of Crystal. A great trigger to phosphorus bomb there, and Koroi is in the mix there. Can he survive Crystal? He does somehow live. meiko gonna go down as well, and a full ace there for Snake.
The team split coming through from EDG was a massive problem. meiko, he's alive right now, actually looking for some autos to get the passive through, the visionary passive. He's gonna fall eventually. You couldn't kill the Kog'Maw. Fighting on all those chokes with no wards down. The Destiny was available, not used to even grant vision. I can understand it's such an important team fight cooldown, but they kind of needed it. They got vision juked so extensively, it forced the overly aggressive Valkyrie coming through from deft. And the result is a dragon, and suddenly massive momentum for Snake. Yeah. He's going to make the shields and the damage stronger from both Crystal and the rest of the comp. And this is already some interesting face checking.
Face check there as well. Flandre going to dive in. Crystal in the backline going to go in, and BAKA actually pops the ulti onto Flandre. Beast uses his ulti there as well. Black Lolly diving in the back onto Crystal, but Crystal gets the first kill there onto the Rek'Sai. Koroi diving in the back. Pawn around the side there as well. They snipe Crystal with the Twisted Fate ulti. BAKA looking to go down here as well. And there's the ace for EDG.
And the big hero there is Pawn, both cancelling the channel on the absolute zero, and then the flank coming through. It looked so great for Snake. The percentage health was coming onto Flandre. He was a massive tank in the front, but with the flank, suddenly Crystal was ambushed in the back line. Nothing he could do. It should be Baron for EDG. Wonderful team fight from them.
The cardinal sin of Kog'Maw seems to be don't Lulu ulti the Maokai. The cooldowns are there to use for Crystal. Any fight that you don't get to use them on your Kog'Maw is a fight that just goes a little worse for you. Although people are getting executed by this Baron. Actually, a lot of people. Pawn even has to use his on his Black Lolly saves the day there, and they do finally get the Baron.
The last revenge of the Baron pastry time. So often slain with nobody taken down. But is used on, so is Koroi.
Flandre's pretty tanky. He's actually got Spirit Visage now, and Black Lolly's still going to get caught out of position here. They're going to run in on top of him, but they don't want to commit too hard, it seems like. But Black Lolly taking a bit of damage. Nunu doing some work here, but Crystal buddy up, and Koroi set up a beautiful flank around the side. Flandre dives in onto meiko. Snake are trying to split them up, but they don't want to get too split here. Flandre now going to get aggressed on in the back there. Crystal does get the kill onto meiko, and Beast off the side zoning the Pawns in the backline. They've got to try and get to him. Crystal gets dived on, but he flashes up beautifully out from under it. Pawn though gets the kill onto BAKA. Black Lolly in trouble as well. Just a 1-for-1 so far.
They're fighting on so many frontiers, but Flandre re-engages.
He dives in onto Koroi. Now Beast going in the top as well. Kassadin so low here. Crystal just in, but he's out of mana. Needs the W back though. Does get it. Pawn. Beautiful's on his Koroi. They're going to be the next target. There's a kill. The second coming through as well. 3-for-1 now. Might be more, and Snake win the big fight.
But that's the second time that Snake have been fighting with the terrain advantage. The second time EDG have been forced to fight some bite spots. It's going to be Black Lolly falling down. They're not going to stop with this turret dive.
Spit on there as well for the next kill. They get another one there as they complete the ace. Kind of Maiko still alive, but Snake will get another dragon.
And suddenly Crystal is 8-1-4 and the EDG game plan is in tatters. I feel like they just felt forced to engage because Black Lolly was caught in no man's land. The new member on this lineup, they went for the flank, but this is the second time they fought around the same terrain, the enemy blue buff, and they were juked. There was never any ability to get any sort of damage onto Kog'Maw. He lived very healthily with the Bloodthirst or Lifesteal especially at this point. The Destiny is active. They're aware of this Baron.
They are as well here, but Crystal going to turn on Black Lolly, diving in the back there, but the Kog'Maw is just so tanky here. Flandre actually moving into a great ulti there for Beast to zone them off. Meiko getting chunked down as well. Pawn looking low there as Crystal just cannot die in this team comp. They're diving in. So actually they do the damage, but it's not enough. The ulti from Janna coming through. Deft really wants to kill, and he does manage to get the shutdown, but it'll cost him his life as a result. Gets a second kill as and Koroi is cleaning house here. Ella trying to dive away. Koroi gets the double there as he takes out Ella, and Flandre actually might be able to kill him. 8 people dead so far. Only one more can live, and Koroi is the last one standing.
Koroi is actually the last person standing. Not a lot of damage, but enough to take down the Kassadin. Someone needs to kill Crystal.
Yeah, this dragon actually going to get low here as well. Black Lolly might entertain a Celia. Going to dive in the back. Nunu, though, is able to pick it up, and now Black Lolly going to get chunked out of this one. 5v4 now for Snake, and they get the third dragon.
It's just not worth dying precious time. Having 5 members against 4 for 45 seconds to contest a third dragon is absolutely not worth it. And suddenly, Baron becomes the easiest objective in the world to pick up.
Yeah, Snake going to rotate in for it there as well. Flandre very large on the Maokai. Looks like he's chugging an elixir of iron here. And Snake will just clean out some wards, and they'll either start or bait Baron. Pawn does use the ulti. Good use of depth of vision, but that only works once. In fact, they're going in. Flandre now going to dive in onto Meiko as well. Going to get low there as Flandre is just so deep in the back. Koroi getting chunked out from afar by Crystal's W. Flandre gets the next kill. Now it's 5v3.
Yeah, suddenly fighting in a tunnel with Righteous Glory Maokai right at the front is so easy for Snake. Black Lolly will be up in 6 seconds. He's able to use his ultimate to get close. Doesn't have a tunnel right next to the Baron, though, and you have to think it's all going to fall down. Twisted Fate and EDG rotate to pick a turret in the mid, but I think it's going to be Baron.
Yeah, Baron is going to go down. The turret is a small consolation there for EDG. Because Twisted Fate, deft is 4 items with good damage coming through. Is that Crystal? Actually might have been caught here. Ella going to come in, and Koroi just almost gets deleted by the Kog'Maw. He's forced to get out there. The slow will follow him, and Crystal going to try and snipe him. A good rift walk keeps him safe for now. Black Lolly actually does get Ella, so Snake will come in, and it's 4v5.
In the transition, it's 5v4. Of course, Koroi won't be able to influence this fight. Has teleport soon, but Pawn's been caught.
Yeah, he's got slowed down there by Chilling Smite, plus the snowball. Even the ulti going to come in as well. Pawn will use the zone, but he won't live for much longer. And Crystal gets another kill. So potent on these hyper carries. Look, he's running in again. There's nothing he can do.
There's just no counterplay. I can hear vrooms around the room as he's doing a lot of damage to this structure. Of course, the Siege Minion doing a lot of damage too, and that's going to be the inhibitor turret, and you'd have to think the first inhibitor of the game.
I mean, the whole point is you cannot stop the Kog'Maw once it starts moving, and Kog'Maw has started moving.
I mean, it started rolling pastry time. It's going fast, but here comes the engage.
Yeah, ulti to Crystal. Black Lolly, they gets killed instantly. They're deaf now. The next target is old Meiko. Going to pop his talisman and try and get up, but Crystal almost unrelenting in his pursuit. Koroi going to move in as well. Beast gets low, but a good shield from Ella is going to keep him safe. Flandre in the backline going to try and make a difference. Gets low as well, but the heal's now coming in as well. Crystal still alive, of course. Meiko almost gets 3 shot there, and actually will go down to a great placed ult there by Crystal, and Kog'Maw is just taken over.
But the Destiny's been popped. I don't know if there's a Destiny that can get a kill, but Koroi's going in himself.
Good ulti there by Ella as well. Crystal still at full health there. They have to in one round, and they just can't do it. Koroi going to get locked down there by Flandre. Crystal chasing Pawn now, going to get the kill. The Zonies comes in. That actually might be enough. No, it's not, and Pawn goes down. Koroi's the next to fall. Deft wants it so bad.
16, 2, and 8. Nothing Deft can do. This was the position Deft was in the last game. But when you're so set up to succeed, it looks easy from Crystal. They're just able to take out another inhibitor turret. Deft has to respect the Biocane Barrage range. To be honest, the only thing Crystal could do is a bit of CDR to get that Biocane Barrage available a little bit. It's only when he gates himself with that ability on cooldown.
Kog'Maw has swapped out a couple of items actually. We got more attack speed, Fan Renter, and Blade of the Ruin King.
I mean, like, he doesn't need boots, basically. He's losing on a bit of flat movement speed, but he doesn't need the boots. It's reminiscent of Keith McGrief and his double Phantom Dance. It doesn't. As the home guard boots, you'd have to think to try for an engage. They want Deft.
He was going in, actually assumed he was going to press the W. Deft gets shut down to half health in 2 shots, and now Flandre going to dive in the back. Crystal going to move in as well. Black Lovely going to dive in onto him, but he's kiting back so well there. Rek'Sai going to be the first kill to go down to BAKA. Meiko follows soon there as well. Korai's forced to zonies. The rest of Snake are running in, and Crystal is just unstoppable.
Rest in peace, EDG. A couple of members of Snake might fall down, but there's nothing they can do against the Juggernaut.
No, you can't stop the Juggernaut here, and Crystal moving in for the last kill here. Deft will complete the S. He actually takes it on, makes it competitive, but too many shields. Crystal moves in. EDG tapped the mat. And what a series there. Well deserved that it split 1-1.
The surrender comes through. There's no answer to the Juggernaut. EDG, one of the best teams in the world. They tried their best. It looked at terms like Pawn could deal with it with their very aggressive position.